Hey, so welcome to Alternate Future of the World C episode 2. Except it's going to be short because we gotta get to the other segment of this whole lore. So we will have one big war happen here. We have the CSTO. Now, Russia originally owned the Warsaw Pact. Now see, the fact is the CSTO wouldn't be cooperating in this mess. Ukraine wouldn't even be puppeted and joined in it either, but... Now see, what happens is... All Warsaw Pact members of the old century were declared war on. Moldova's declared war on, along with the Baltics, and basically former Soviet states. So these two, and yep, all borders are going to be expanding here. Well, mostly Ukraine's and like a few others, but Russia's will expand in the Caucasus. Anything that isn't Soviet, though, will not be going to any of the CSTO members. It'll be puppeted by the CSTO members, effectively bringing back the Warsaw Pact. Switzerland is kind of an outlier here. They were neutral, and during the whole and they knew about the whole alternate universe thing. So when they saw that the U.S. has broken up into several states, and Russia is having success, and the CSTO is teaming up, something is not adding up. And Switzerland decides to go on their own investigating, and they kind of they engulf themselves in a little purple beam, which allows them to kind of time travel to see what happened. And this is where the other lore does begin, the animation lore. But first, before we go to that, Switzerland will be in pink for the whole series, indicating that they have time traveled, and when they get back, they will be white. But let's go to Russia, who would get their ass kicked by Germany here, because they're the most powerful out of everyone here. But actually, that's not what happens. And Russia has unprecedented success. Now with that, here's another unrealistic part. Austria takes advantage. Since they've become a Russian ally, they decided that they want all Austria-Hungary borders back besides a few. And so Italy is going to get declared war on too in the end. And with that, the time-traveled Switzerland, who still has representatives back at home, they knew about this, and they're actually going to expand their country here in order to just situate that. Well, they gained this part of Western Italy. South Tyrol goes over to Austria along with this part of Italy. Ultimately, all of Italy falls to Austrian hands. And this is what happens to that. We also have Transylvania falling back. Along with that, we have the rest of this falling. Meanwhile, over here in the Baltics, this encirclement lasted a while, but yep. And Switzerland, in order to expand a bit more, they go through all of Western Germany. They take over Bonn, and eventually they kind of just get over here and puppet this part of Western Germany. Russian soldiers, along with Austrian soldiers, head over to through Poland, and they take what's formerly Warsaw Pact territory, with Eastern Germany falling over to them. They have Bavaria too in this situation. However, somehow they were able to manage to preserve the rest of Germany. And see, this is where in the peace treaty things diverge. But finally, to end the European mess, Bulgaria actually just says, okay, we'll submit to you, Russia, as long as we get our desired lands. And so it adds even more. So their desired lands are in... So their desired lands are in Macedonia, Greece, and parts of Serbia, along with parts of Romania. And well, yeah. To add even more to the game, Kosovo and Albania unite under a new Russian government. Montenegro is forced to unite too, which makes the funny union. We do have this part going over to Bulgaria, but barely. And Moldova just ends up going to Ukraine anyway. Now that's good to know. However, the problem is Moldova is Romania is kind of dead now. And seeing as Greece and North Macedonia are involved, they're even more dead. And with that, the whole European mess is done with. Eastern Europe is now under Russian influence, with Switzerland gaining some stuff out of it. See, the rest of it is all just Russian victories, with the Caucasus going over to Russia. And, well, these Central Asian countries being outnumbered by the Central Asian countries that surround them. So in this peace treaty, Central Asia will look completely unrecognizable besides a few countries. Oh yeah, speaking of which, let's take a look at the peace treaty right now. Alright, so in this wonky peace treaty, we have a bunch of things happening. So, Switzerland gained land from Germany and Italy, and they gathered up the rest of Germany and the rest of Italy as new governments, and all three of them are time traveling together to figure out what's going on with the universe and how to fix it. On that note, we have actual interesting comebacks. The first and foremost, we have Austria-Hungary making a comeback, with South Tyrol going back into Austrian hands. One of the bits of Italy here. We have all their Balkan holdings, besides like a few that were given to the Albanian Union. We have all of Serbia going over to the Austro-Hungarian Empire, along with their bit of Transylvania. Romania itself is not lucky, as a lot of their land was stripped by Ukraine, Austria-Hungary, and Bulgaria, and the rest of it was made into a weak-off puppet state. With that, Bulgaria gains North Macedonia, Greece, Serbia, and Romania. These are terrible borders, but you get the point. They gained more than their modern borders, and in exchange they joined the Warsaw Pact. You have Greece getting stripped away from its lands by Albania and Bulgaria, and the rest of it becomes this rump puppet state. With the Baltics being split between Belarus and Russia, and Moldova getting annexed by Ukraine. With that, we move on to the Caucasus. I forgot to color them in, but they're all getting in the Caucasus fully get annexed by Russia. Which, yeah, that's what happens. Russia's taking a definitely familiar form. I mean, they're just missing good chunks of their land here. Because look, this is definitely getting close to Soviet Union, but it's definitely still Russia. Because Ukraine is still kind of yeah. Also, Ukraine annexed more than Soviet lands. And they're actually planning to go bigger than the Soviet before they, fully reunify again. And Austria-Hungary was is a bigger ally. It's not even a puppet; it's just an ally of Russia. However, the problem with allies is they can split off at any time. Austria-Hungary could split off at any moment, depending on if they feel like something's wrong so they go with the Time Travel League. Speaking of which, the Time Travel League. They aren't really an alliance. It's just a group of members teamed up in pink in time travel. So the new Italian government is with Switzerland and Germany's with Switzerland. They're all trying to figure out what's going on in the universe. And quite frankly, this will all lead to the CapCut lore. Yeah, that's pretty much the only scenario I wanted to explore, and somehow it does take up all the runtime. So we might as well just get to the CapCut lore now. Let's cue the intro because we could have started with that, but we had to do the alternate future segment first. Are you ready to go to the new house? Yes, I am, Alex. Then let's go, Axel. You're gonna love this new house.
Germany. So this is where the disruption in the multiverse is taking place.
Switzerland. Yes, it is Germany. Yes, it is.
Italy. So where are we going to stay while we investigate the disruption?
Switzerland. We are staying at this mansion because it was recently vacated.